Alrighty, well done to our top three today at the Repco Mount Panorama 500. Second race of the championship has been run and done. Congratulations on a perfect weekend, Shane van Gisbergen. And joining him on the podium today, Cam Waters. And a double podium this weekend for Chaz Mostert. We'll start with Shane, just your thoughts holistically across the whole weekend, please. Fabulous way to start. And where does this set you up for 2021?
Oh, it was an awesome weekend. Like the way it started, the team's been really good, and working with Couchy's been awesome, and just the atmosphere and the team's really good. And as I sort of touched on yesterday, I was frustrated with myself on Friday making mistakes, but yesterday we rectified that, and then today, like, car was awesome, much better in qualifying, and then in the race the balance was much better. And as I sort of touched on as well at the Fox thing, it's frustrating to race in pit lane. The middle stint though was awesome, like knowing I had to make a gap, but I'd rather have won the race by passing him, you know, rather than just clean air. Yeah.
What do you think needs to change for that to happen next year?
Oh, I think next year is exciting. You know, it's the Gen 3 having no aero and all that kind of stuff, except for paddle shift, that shit. But I think the way the cars are next year is going to be really good. The racing's going to be awesome, but we have what we have this year. You know, qualifying's been really close between the two brands. I feel like it's pretty even, and it's been an awesome battle between 3 or 4 of us in qualifying. Racing super close, I love it. But yeah, not being able to follow, you just feel powerless. Like you catch someone, you get aero push, and they might be quicker than you, and they get the same thing. It sucks, but it is what it is. You need to always qualify up the front and get better starts.
All right, well done today. That was a power drive, that one. Cam, really good job. Again, all weekend, really good job. Yesterday, obviously, not your fault at all. Can we just talk about, firstly, the race start? A couple quotes about how well you absolutely executed that one.
Yeah, I had a mega start. My initial was pretty well the same as Shane's, and then yeah, my secondary was amazing. It actually surprised me. I'm not sure if you bogged down or not, but wheel spun, so there you go. Yeah, really good start, which obviously set up the start of the race for me. Yeah, it's just kind of racing my own race in that first stint, and then obviously it all played out the way it did.
Hindsight's a lovely thing, but you got dropped into enemy lines a little bit out of the pit stop sequence there with Shane right on your bumper. Has there been any discussion about how that played out from the team's point of view yet?
A little bit. I think where I come out wasn't where they expected me to come out, so you know, they'll dive into that, what happened and why. But yeah, hindsight's a wonderful thing. If you could change it, you would.
Shane had so much speed. If you had come out ahead of him, do you think you could have won this race anyway?
Well, look, what Shane touched on, it's so hard to follow. And that first stint, I was kind of trying to look after my tyres, and towards the end, I probably had a bit more pace than Shane. But, you know, when it was flipped the other way, Shane's car was probably better in clean air than what mine was in clean air. So I think, you know, Shane had a faster car than me today, for sure. If I come out in front of him, would have been a different story, maybe. It's hard to tell, but I would have loved to find out.
All right, well done today. We'll go over to Chaz. Great weekend for the team. Yesterday, we had both cars inside the top 5 for the first time in a couple of years, and another good, solid bank of points for you today. What has changed that's really kicked this off in the last couple of years to really get that momentum going in the right direction?
It's a hard thing to really sum up, but I mean, for us, it's our first event back here in 21, and we obviously had a pretty strong race here at the end of last year. So I don't want to speak too soon, really. If we're on the right direction, obviously the car felt pretty good, speedy for practice. All the sessions were solid. The tunability of the car's a lot better this year. But the team-wise, you know, I mean, it was a big building year last year for the team. 2 new drivers, some new personnel come in. I feel like the culture's always been pretty, special there. Like by the people I've met, they're a very positive bunch of group at WAU. But yeah, I think it's just a fresh mindset there and moving forward.
Sandown's coming up soon, and that's another track that typically your team goes well at.
Oh, I think a lot of teams go good at. You know, T8's been fast over the years. Tickford's been fast over the years. Yeah, WAU's been fast over the years. So I'd like to go there and still have this 3-way tussle we kind of got going on. I don't know if there'll probably be one corner there that has still a bit of aero push, but the others might be a bit more mechanically driven. So we'll see what the racing's got in store for us and go from there.
Little Bryce is going okay?
Yeah, he is. I don't know what happened to him in the race today. He was trying to work on his car a little bit more, and he might have just went the wrong direction today. But obviously yesterday he did a fantastic job. The strategy they put him in was quite aggressive, and he held his own at the front, which was great to see. So he's a great young bloke, up and comer. Yeah, keep watching this space.
All right, well done. Let's get to the journos in the room.
Shane, you were talking about the aero push and all that. Do you think there's anything that can be done that won't hurt the level of performance between the cars, i.e. how much similar they are?
I don't really know. You know, one car's designed for German autobahns and the other's a big American muscle car. So they've both got very different aero devices to slow them down or speed them up or whatever. So yeah, I don't really know. I feel like they're strong in similar areas now, but yeah, to the detriment of the racing. I don't know what the answer is, but you just feel frustrated as a driver that you can't race people.
Chaz, going to take you back to qualifying, the shootout rather. You mentioned some dirt being brought onto the track near the end. Can you elaborate on that, whereabouts that was and what happened?
That's a better one to ask Cam. But yeah, I rolled out on my warm-up lap, and you know, as you do, you scout the laps, see what's happening with the track, and I committed to come down the S's, and as I come down through the S's, there was dirt all over the inside of the left-hander in the middle there. So when I hit it, my knackers went straight to my throat and kind of locked both fronts, and thought I was about to crash like Bryce did at the end of last year. So wobbled through the right-hander and just picked it up through the dipper there. But yeah, big scary moment. That's something I didn't expect.
Shane, you were the only other one on the track after Chaz then. How did you find it through there?
There was dirt on the track, yeah, where no one went off on their fast laps.
Okay. Cam, you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, on my in-lap, I was just kind of fat-arming it, and over Skyline, you know, that curb there, I took too much curb and grabbed a bit of the dirt. Didn't really think anything of it at the time because I was too busy looking at the crowd. And then, yeah, went up and saw Beto after and showed me the footage, and yeah, straight away I felt really bad, and you know, sent Chaz a message straight away, and yeah, before the race, apologised to Shane as well. So yeah, that's not what I'm about. I just wasn't really thinking. I was just, yeah, like I said, fat arming it at the time.
Chaz and Shane, any hard feelings?
Say yes. Come on.
I think he spent too much off-season on the dirt, obviously. So, nah, look, it is what it is. I mean, like he said, he sent me a text, and you know, drivers generally don't intentionally do it. But yeah, at the time, it was a pretty big moment. I'd rather any other corner around Australia and any other track for it to be on there instead of there. So, it is what it is. We'll move on and we'll get on. We're all friends here, and I'm sure I'll just roll around somewhere at some point and put a bit of dirt on in a race or something.
Shane, the other one, and you had it was not a good start to last season for you, what with the drama on the Sunday, particularly at Adelaide.
Yep.
You know, does this change your approach at all to the campaign, given that you've, you know, rolled in with perfect score at opening event?
No, it's just a good feeling to come out of the first round with a strong start and perfect score, and it just sets you up for the season. You're not playing catch-up, but you're not protecting either. Like, I don't plan to just sit there and want to try and win every race still, and I'll be doing everything I can to do that. But yeah, certainly an awesome feeling to have the orange or red numbers on the car. It's yeah, cool way to start the year.
I know it's very early in the season to be talking about this sort of thing, but question to both you, Shane, and to Cam. Are you looking forward to having a two-way tussle, or do you think it's going to broaden out as the year goes on, or do you think, based on this weekend, you're the leading bloke in each? Yeah, thanks, Chaz. Well, yeah. I gave them the chance to introduce you, but I mean, you know, looking for a sensational headline, is it a two-way tussle, or you don't see it that easily?
Yeah, I think there's probably 6 guys who are going to be there, but you know, normally that's what happens. 2 or 3 will establish themselves, but at the moment there's probably 6 guys that are going to be up front, I think.
Yeah, obviously, it's way too early, I think, to be talking about that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that can obviously win this championship this year. You know, you can't have bad luck, so I've already had a bit of bad luck, which things like that can write you off towards the end of the year. So, yeah, for me, it's the same thing as what Shane said. Just go out there and try and win races and be at the front every weekend.
Cam, just to put a full stop on the shootout incident, you probably haven't seen this yet, but there was a very good article on Speed Cafe that there were some quotes from Mark Dutton, and he's pretty much accused you of being unsportsmanlike. Would you like to hear the quote?
No, I don't really care, to be honest. I've already apologised and I didn't mean it. If he's got his opinion, cool. To be honest, I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
So from your point of view, it's a closed book?
Yeah, I've got nothing more to add. In the rule book, there's I didn't get pinned for it because there's nothing in the rule book, and I didn't intentionally do it. Like, I don't want to see these boys shunting on something that I've intentionally done. I was the first person to put my hand up, as Berto would have said, and Chazzy got. So, yeah, big fighting words from Dutto. Cool.
Okay, last call.
Would you be surprised if there's not a change in the rule book before we get to Sandown then?
I actually said to Berto that there should be a rule in there because obviously what happened to me and the other boys, you know, it's a disadvantage for those guys. So I think there should have been something put in there, and I said to Berto I think they should. So no, I won't be surprised if there is something put in there.
If someone accidentally brings dirt onto the road, there'd be a penalty. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think there should be a penalty for sure if you do that. But obviously that's different to if you do it on your lap. But if you intentionally do something like that after to, you know, hinder someone else, I think that's shit.
Okay, last one. Big shout out to Dirk Kleinsmith, who's hanging up the lens at the end of the day. Well done on all the years behind the camera. And thank you guys for your
Thanks,
time
mate.
and your candour. And we'll see you at Sandown. Thank you.
Cool.